Hello, people out there again. I have another case I want to discuss about, and this is just recently what's going on. Maybe not recent, but of our body scatters in airport security. We have now a federal system overlooking us when we go to airports, and they're being used using these machines for electronically monitoring us, and also using for X-rays. And these machines use a high doses of radiation with these X-rays. They look around our bodies, they look through our clothing, and it doesn't stop there. It goes through telling us to undress and being patted down. And this, to me, does not feel like an airport's security. This looks like as I'm going through a prison. I don't know how you guys feel, but this feels like a prison. That I'm a criminal, I'm being patted down for look about any weapons I might be carrying, or any bombs I might carrying, or what have you, whatever they might think I'm doing. Mind you, these same machines that I'm talking about now were used in Iraq to have the insurgents get away from the IAEA. I'm sorry, the bombs that they were making. And the insurgents found their way around these devices that we had sent over there, these electronic devices. The same devices that we're using now. However, the commanders in Iraq found that insurgents always got around certain degrees of getting around these high-tech gadgets that were looking for bombs in trucks, cars, personnel, and what have you. Instead, the military sent in something far much better and far much effective in Iraq, which curbed the bombs that the insurgents in Iraq were using. And these were what they sent over to Iraq to take place of these electronic systems were dogs. Yes, dogs. And they had made a big difference in the... Now this is the commander's quote in Iraq. Commanders who quoted as saying is that these dogs are far more efficient, far more effective than any electronic gadgets that we could send over to look for any bombs and improvised bombs that they call. And they were far more effective than that. Why then do they bring these machines here in our airports? Here, American people now are being led like cattle into a line, told to take their clothes off, go into a body scanner, and have X-ray doses on them. These X-rays are dangerous, highly radioactive, okay, and yes, radioactive, and very dangerous forms of radiation, and we're being told this for our protection. I want to know how many scanners and these electronic scanners and X-ray devices that they have they're using on us. How many do they have on the Mexican border? How many Mexicans who cross the border illegally run through these borders, not even, you could say, a patrolman over there, and you don't see them anywhere there. And yet, they put them in our airports. Now, supposedly, the Homeland Security, run by Janet Napolitano, I should say Michael Chertoff, but she's the current one right now. She has this airport security is saying that it's safe for our safety, for our security. What else is going to be for our security? Cameras on each corner of the streets, in Times Square, in our cities, our towns, our hospitals. We're going to have these airport scanners, and now we're going to have these cameras overlooking everything what we do in parks and public areas and streets and buildings and what have you. Who's watching these? Who's watching us? Is it Big Brother? And if so, who's watching the watcher? In what degree do they go about watching over us? What we say, where we go, what we do, who we mingle with. Is this where we're going to? The sheep out there, the cattle out there, might find it okay. Wow, it's for my security. This is nothing for our security. It goes nowhere with our security. The more they come down to say this is for our security, the more you lose your freedom, the more you lose your constitutional rights. Look at the constitutional rights that are being lost now. Look at our habeas corpuses. Look at all of our constitution that we have lost since September 11, 2001. And you tell me, how much of our constitutional rights has any terrorist taken away from us? Then ask yourself, how much of our constitutional right has been taken away from our government? Taking away our constitutional rights. And it's going day by day. They're making legislations now with this latest shooting of one of our Congress women, I believe. I'm sorry, I don't have any names just yet, but this latest shooting. And I could go on with other indications of shootings and bombings that they used to say that, oh, this is for our security so it won't happen again. This is far from the truth. The more we allow this to happen, our Constitution is slipping away. We're never going to get it back if we don't stand up. We have in this country now a system, a federal government system, not only a federal government system, but people on the outside, people with agendas that are formulated from a communist point of view and giving it to us as a homeland security or a Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was written by a North Vietnamese communist. How about that? Well, how about our Homeland Security? Well, the articles in the Homeland Security was written by a former KGB agent in our former Soviet Union time, who wrote the articles for our Homeland Security. Isn't that wonderful to find out? Two communists writes down our Patriot Act and our Homeland Security. How convenient. And yet, we are told This is for our security. By taking away, stripping little by little, stripping away our constitutional rights, stripping away the very fabric fiber of our nation, which was built on the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. If we allow this patting down in our airport, and if we allow that they go around coming up with different legislations left and right about having a overlook on our rights to secure us with their security. Benjamin Franklin had stated, "Those who sacrifice their liberties for security deserves neither." He was quoted as saying that, which means you sacrifice and give up your liberties for security, you will have neither security nor liberty, because again, the first word, you gave up. The first two words there, you gave up your liberties for security. Now, once you give that up, you have neither. This was, again, quoted from Benjamin Franklin over 200 years ago. And here we are. I see these people out there who could care less. They might not think, oh, it's not a big deal, it's for our security. I'm not going to go get those terrorists to come here and blow us up again. I feel safe. When was the last time a terrorist or Bin Laden or Taliban has asked you to take away your rights? No. No one. It's this entity in our government who is doing this. It is this entity in our government who's playing this security game. Writing what they get from former communists. I'm sorry, my camera's having a little problem. I don't know why I'm getting this fuzzy picture. I don't know what's going on. I have to get it fixed. But again, our rights are depleting day after day. If we do not look around, sooner or later, we will lose all. If you don't believe me, then read up and who written down the Patriot Act. Look it up. Who wrote down the Patriot Act? Who wrote down our Homeland Security programs? It is not Americans. It is not in our Constitution. It is not in our Bill of Rights. As a matter of fact, it contradicts our Bill of Rights. It contradicts our Constitution. And it contradicts everything what America stands for. This is not about security. This is about control and taking our rights away and controlling you like cattle, controlling you on everyday basis. This is just a little segment I'm giving you right here. I will give it to you more as time goes on and where I have more time for this. I'm going to give you more information, more names, more up to the point information. I'm just now my first day again with my second this is my second segment of this show. I don't have all the information in front of me, but as like I said, time goes by, I will have all the facts in front of you, and you can look these matters up yourselves. Don't go and believe me. You do your work. You do your homework. and you make your decision whether you're going to stand for this or do something about it. You don't have to change the world. You don't have to go and change the government with a flag and rush to the Capitol Hill. No. But you can spread the word. You can educate others. You can do something. Thank you for watching.